I love telling stories where there's not a mobile phone involved. I'll be honest. Those were the days where if you wanted to talk to your best friend, you'd have to arrange a time when you got home from school and say, to your parents, oh, can I use the phone, please? Just you had those long, those cords, those phones with those very, very long cords, and you have to hide in the door and whisper and talk about the boy you fancy and all of that stuff. And that's what was fun about this. We have a Walkman in the show, and I'm like, oh my God, I had a Walkman. It was the biggest moment for me to get a Walkman as a present. I remember thinking, wow, I can listen to music and I don't have to stay in the same room, or I can walk and listen to it on the way to school, because I had such a long school journey in Hong Kong. So there's so many elements of it that was so special to me, and I have come out in this show. And I've had school friends who are still my oldest friends. They've come because they live all over the UK. So every city I have someone from a school coming to see me, and they're like, "Man, you haven't changed. Like the way you just everything about me has stayed the same." And actually, I pride myself on that because those were or genuinely some of the best days of my life was my school years. Those are the solid friends that you make. The most important thing I will say that you've prompted me with this is, do you know this is one of the first ever musicals that really, really has, without it being a fully Indian themed musical, this is not an Indian theme, but it has an Indian family at the heart of it from Birmingham. That's not happened before in such a massive national way. And to have British Asian actors, as leads in a musical, I think that is really special. And that's something that I want to see more of because, we're getting more work in TV, we're getting more work in film. We need more work in theatre. There's so much that we have to give and show, especially with a live audience. You have such a special feel working for them. And that's why I'm so glad this interview is happening because you have such a reach, you guys, for the Asian community. And I see so few Asian faces in the audience. And I'm thinking, nobody knows about the show. So thank you for doing this because I want us to enjoy, having people that we like, on stage and enjoy watching them and being part of their journey. So thanks. I feel I've done my job when, you get people who desperately wait at stage door to meet you to say, I've they say it's phenomenal. They say they've just enjoyed it. They love the story. There's a woman who came back. She's been 4 times. And she said, and this time I brought my best friend because I wanted her to see this is us. There's a lot of women who go, this is my story. This is my story. And that's why I call it an every woman's story, because I feel that there is something in Gemma's character that you will recognize just because you're a human being and you feel for her. The way Pippa's written it is beautiful. You really, really feel for this woman and you want good things for her. You want her to succeed. And so you come out, and I think women just come out, they're going, come on. And I love that they bring their husbands with them because the husbands genuinely don't know what to do with themselves at the end of it. But they have laughed a lot. And this cast is superb. I mean, there's 20 of us, and every single person in the cast has a moment and has something special to do in it. And everyone gets to show, what they can do. And I'm really proud of them all, really proud to be associated with this company. I love to dance. So I was obsessed with leg warmers. I had every color, every fluorescent neon color possible. But the most gutting thing about this show is that I don't get to dress up in 80s gear. And it's so unfair because the whole thing is actually set 20 years ahead. So it's all set in 2009. And it's set in a reunion, but you get to see the younger version of myself and my best friend. And that's how the story is told in the 80s. It's their journey there. And then when it comes into 2009, that's when it's really Gemma's story and what happened over those 20 years and how wrong people can get it. And it's also, for me, the moral of this story is literally don't try and control your life. Your life's going to do what it's going to do. Make the most of it and enjoy what you can from it and grow from it and become the woman you want to become. That is really the heart of this story. It just shows that actually strength is there when you have support and family and friends around. To be honest, if I hadn't had that training younger, I wouldn't be able to have done this in 4 weeks. We had 4 weeks rehearsal for a brand new musical. That is literally unheard of. It is just so fast. and you really just have to be in it. And the second act is literally mostly just myself and my best friend in it. And the first half, I'm also in that, and there's a lot of little dance routines and song numbers and this and that. And my range has to be really pushed. I do a lot of singing that's kind of using my lower register, which I've never done. So I had to really learn how to do that. I had to learn a Brummie accent. I've never done a Brummie accent before. So there was a lot to do within 4 weeks. It was honestly one of the hardest things I've ever done, but also the most rewarding thing I've done in a very long time. Because I just finished filming Sandman for Netflix, and that's out. The second season is out this year sometime with any luck. And so I've been in television and film land for so long. It was so nice to go back into theatre, but you realize actually it's one of the hardest jobs. It just is. It just is. There's so much you need to give to it every day, especially when it's live. You can't let people down. I hate letting people down. So this is, for me, it's a way of actually having contact with my audience. So we've sold out already in Birmingham. We've had to add an extra date in Birmingham. There are certain venues we've added extra dates. We're literally everywhere. And I know that there is an Asian population all over the country. So, if they go to thenowmusical.com, they will find out where we are, and just please turn up and, come to stage door after, say hi, whatever, just turn up. It's a great show. And we end in Wimbledon in April, in the second week of April. So, and that's almost sold out. So please, please, please grab your tickets before they go, because I don't want them to miss out. And, hopefully there'll be a transfer to the West End, but we have no clue if that will ever happen or not. So grab it while you can.